Hi, today is May 26, 2026, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 810 for the year, Mid-Level Coincidence. The other day I was in the West 4th Street subway station, and I was reminded that it was in that station where I first saw the work of Keith Haring, and then I was thinking how I've never seen an exhibition of Keith Haring's work, and later that day I was walking down 6th Street towards Caravan of Dreams, and I was passing by where Walter de Maria's studio used to be, and I knew that it was now the location of the Brant Foundation, and I knew that they had exhibitions there, so I looked in, and yes, they have a Keith Haring exhibit up now until the end of the month. That was a long way to go for a mid-level coincidence. Considering my level of astonishment, which was also mid-level, I feel like this poem should have been only about a third as long as it is. Poem number 811, Keith Haring. Keith Haring hated being a herring. He had big dreams for himself, and none of them could be fulfilled if his sole purpose in life was to be threaded through someone's hair. So he wished, and he willed, and he willed, and he wished, and it is not known whether it was divine or magical intervention or whether it was sheer force of will, but one day Keith had been transformed from a herring to a herring. While you might imagine that the herring, formerly known as Keith Haring, would have been disappointed or filled with regret that he had not been more specific with his wishes, in fact, Keith was pleased. "It's a start," said Keith the fish, and he wished and he willed, and he willed and he wished. Poem number 812, The Bells of Vulgarity. "Liver and kidney," say the bells of St. Borborigme. "Eat a bag of dicks," say the bells of St. Nick's. "I owe your mom a quarter," say the bells of St. Cole Porter. "Go fuck a tree," say the bells of St. Fibber McGee. Why are the bells so vulgar and crass? I'll bend over and you can ask my ass. Poem number 813, If I Were a Telephone. If I were a telephone or a knock on the door, people would answer me. If I were a present or a gateway to another dimension, people would open me. If I were a ticket or a piece of paper that needed holes, people would punch me. If I were a firecracker or a stick of dynamite, people would set me off. If I were a check or a winning lottery ticket, people would cash me or cash me in. If I were a photograph or a free sample, people would take me and I would just let them. But if I remain a person, people will probably continue to treat me the way they've been treating me. And I guess that's fine, I guess. And the last poem of the day, poem number 814, She Kept On Going. She kept on going, through the mud, through the blood, through the storm, through the warm, through the cold, through the mold, through the sea, through the tree, through me, until she found the key. She unlocked me and opened me up, and then she kept on going. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.